catch the eyes of every guy, every girl.
Just 27 busy. You look good in the city. Soft bouncing, bouncing girls. Soft bouncing, bouncing girls. Soft bouncing, bouncing girls. Soft bouncing, bouncing girls.
Jarrell Charles is my name. Jarrell Curl is my fame. You can be, you need to know. I'm your hairdresser who really knows. You're gonna have a curl to catch the eyes of every guy, every girl.
Just 27 busy. You look good in the city. Soft bouncing, bouncing girl.
Welcome to the LifeScope channel. On your way in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's appreciated as always. Today, we're tackling a tough and important topic about The Dream, a well-known artist and producer. Recently, he has become the target of a federal lawsuit filed on Tuesday, June 4th, by his former protege, Shahnaz Mangro, which accuses him of sexual assault, trafficking, and other violent crimes.
The Dream has collaborated with the likes of Beyonce and Rihanna, but a new lawsuit filed in California yesterday details disturbing accusations involving someone who says they considered him a mentor. CBS News national correspondent Jerika Duncan has the latest.
In the lawsuit, Shahnaz Mangro alleges associates of The Dream first reached out to her in 2014 when she was 23 years old and living in the U.S. on an artistic visa from the Netherlands. She claims he promised to sponsor an extension of her visa, write blockbuster songs for her, and get her an opening gig on an upcoming Beyonce tour. Instead, Mangro alleges he used her for his base desires, locking her in a dark room adjacent to a recording studio and violently having sex with her several times, frequently strangling her during sex, raping her in the back of a van, and later barring her from working elsewhere by refusing to officially release her from a contract. In a statement to the New York Times, The Dream called the claims untrue and defamatory, adding, "I oppose all forms of harassment and have always strived to help people realize their career goals."
It seems like all these celebrities are catching suits left and right. Now, I've never heard anything bad about The Dream, but that doesn't mean he wasn't behind the scenes setting some stuff off. So, in the lawsuit, it's being stated that the songwriter allegedly forced Mangro to drink excessive amounts of alcohol by pouring it down her throat, refused to wear a condom, and regularly ejaculated inside of her, and would frequently strangle her during violent sex, one time so intense that she almost lost consciousness. The lawsuit also accuses Epic Records, Contra Paris LLC, and The Dream's record label of enabling his depraved behavior. To me, it seems like Cassie's suit has become the blueprint for a lot of these other suits or possible victims coming forward. And it seems like the trail of justice is bringing a lot of people down. Now, I am speaking in general because as of right now, besides Shahnaz's statement, there isn't any public evidence that we have seen so far. But this is so new, we have to wait until everything unfolds. Although it is highly likely that a young 20-something-year-old artist, either man or woman, can easily be taken advantage of in the entertainment industry. So I won't talk down on any possible victims' claims. But again, I will say that it has to be proven because there are a lot of people out here that are trying to scam on the wealthy as well.
The tea is exceptionally good today. Who made this? Very delicious. Hold on.
Now, as I was digging into The Dream's public business, I had forgot about him and Christina Milian being married at one point. So let's quickly revisit their relationship through a montage. In a statement, the Dream's representative sent to the New York Times that he has denied the allegations. Quote, "These claims are untrue and defamatory," the statement sent to the Times said. "I oppose all forms of harassment and have always strived to help people realize their career goals. As someone committed to making a positive impact on my fellow artists and the world at large, I am deeply offended and saddened by these accusations," unquote. Magro's attorney Douglas H. Wigdor, who also represented Cassie as well as 7 victims of alleged sexual misconduct by Harvey Weinstein, said, along with Magro's other attorney, Meredith Feiertag, "This is yet another horrific example of how men in the music industry use their power and influence to manipulate and harm others." So I agree that a lot of head people are abusing their power, and I know the attorneys was saying men are doing it in relation to the new lawsuit. But I want to ask the question, do you think it's more men doing it than women in the entertainment industry? Or is it just women abusers are not reported as much? Big names have already taken some hits so far, so we will have to see if the Dream is going to be one of them. Now, I want to move on to another very well-known and controversial artist, Kanye West.
Kanye West is facing legal action from his former assistant. Lauren Peixoto is suing West for a number of complaints, including wrongful termination, sexual harassment, quid pro quo and hostile environment, unlawful retaliation, unpaid wages, and gender discrimination, as seen in documents obtained by E! News. Peixoto worked for West for about a year and a half after she was hired by the rapper in July of 2021. At the time, she was making around $1 million per year through social media, of which she alleges in her suit that West approved. However, a year later, she claims West asked that Peixoto become, quote, godlike and delete her OnlyFans account. According to the suit, West promised to pay Peixoto $1 million in compensation for the loss of the account, but that he allegedly never paid. Additionally, Peixoto claims in her suit that West sent her a multitude of inappropriate and graphically sexual messages and videos throughout her employment, examples of which included in the documents describe his sexual fantasies, sexual encounters with an unnamed model, and other messages which, quote, suggested or insinuated that the plaintiff wanted to have sex with the defendant and actually had sexual intercourse with the defendant, when in fact she did not want to and never indeed did do. Additionally, Peixoto alleges that in mid-September of 2022, she was offered a promotion to a chief of staff role that came with an accompanying raise, which brought her annual salary from $1 million to $4 million. Yet, while Peixoto says she accepted the role and began performing its duties accordingly, she claims, quote, despite expressing their great satisfaction with plaintiff's job performance, defendants continued to fail to pay plaintiff as they had previously promised. Then in October of 2022, Peixoto claimed her employment was terminated, at which time she was offered a severance of $3 million, which she accepted but says she was never paid. The documents say, quote, as a result of defendant's discriminatory, retaliatory, and unlawful actions against her, the plaintiff has suffered and continues to suffer damages in the form of lost wages and other employment benefits and severe emotional and physical distress, the exact amount of which will be proven at trial. E! News has reached out to West's rep as well as Pisciotta's legal team for comment, but has not yet heard back.
So, we all know that Kanye isn't a stranger to being sued. In this case, though, I can't lie. I think Kanye was talking crazy to his so-called OnlyFans assistant. If you haven't really heard what Pisciotta is claiming Kanye said, listen to these wild text messages.
In the lawsuit, it states that one of West's texts to Pisciotta said, "See, my problem is, I be wanting to fuck, but then after I fuck, I want a girl to tell me how hard they've been fucked while I'm fucking them. Then I want her to cheat on me." In another text, he asked the assistant, "Is my dick racist? I'm going to stare at pictures of white women with black asses and beat the shit out of my racist dick."
Yeah, so the reason I feel that Kanye may have said that stuff to Pisciotta is because of his track record. Like, for real, Kanye is never going to live down his interview with Sway. Just to recap, Kanye literally told Sway he couldn't get into the fashion industry at a so-called high level without white people. Now, to be fair, Kanye didn't say those exact words to Sway, but we all know that's what he implied, especially after Sway told him that he could get in the fashion game himself. Also, speaking of Kanye and his lawsuits, according to The Root, Ye paid his white employees $5 more than his black employees, which fueled accusations of discriminatory practices within his company. And I wonder, does Kanye's wife Bianca actually chooses all of her half-naked outfits, or is that her husband's influence? I mean, every time I see a picture of her, she's always damn near naked at random places. Anyway, Kanye West's legal representative has responded on the rapper's behalf following the filing of the lawsuit against him. Now, Pisciotta also has claimed that Kanye and his wife bragged about having a 5-person orgy. So, I'm going to be sitting back and waiting like everybody else to see how this suit is going to end. Do you think Kanye will counter-sue the former assistant? I don't know, he might, just to prove a point. Now, although everything is deemed allegedly until proof is provided, this seems like Kanye's speed, and I'm just speaking as an outsider looking in. Y'all know he be on weirdo time, and do y'all remember when his ex-wife Kim and Ray J made that sex tape? I promise I remember hearing something years ago that somebody said Kanye watched that tape like a lot of times. Obviously, that could just be a rumor from back then, but I remember thinking this about Kanye. You watched a tape of your wife before she was your wife and decided to wife her up. Now, don't get me wrong, grown folks do like they want to do, but come on, we can tell Kanye has a huge ego, and he the type that will get with a real live get money hoe and be mad that she is hoeing. Anyway, as always, let me know what you think, and don't forget to support the channel. Until next time.